Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Well, today we're going to pick up a very cheap Nissan Qashqai. Yippee! If you've watched this channel for a while, you'll know that I detest the Nissan Qashqai. I'm really not a fan at all. But I'm a car dealer and they always seem to sell well, so we're just going to buy as many cars as possible, sell as many cars as possible, and then, you know, keeps the wolf from the door. The good thing about today's Qashqai is that it's very cheap. Now, I bought this from a local main dealer as part of a batch of cars. So I bought 5 or 6 cars. 4 or 5 were very desirable. This Qashqai I don't think is particularly, but I thought it would make for a funny video, so obviously I said yes. I haven't seen the car yet, but I know several things about it. It's a 2010, it's done 160,000 miles. It's a diesel, the old 1.5 DCI, and I've paid just £500 for it. It sounds cheap, doesn't it? 500 quid for a 2010 Qashqai. Anyway, it's been described to me as being quite scruffy. There's a little bit of body damage. I'm quite excited to see it, actually. Now, from experience, I'm pretty sure the trim around the boot will be stuck on by gaffer tape, or parcel tape, or masking tape. They always fall off this era Qashqai and nobody bothers repairing them properly. They just tape it up and then carry on with the school run. I bet the interior stinks of cigarettes or spilt milk or baby vomit. I just know it will. I bet it's got 4 oddball tyres, all from brands I've never heard, probably. And I bet it's 40,000 miles overdue a service. I've just been here too many times before. I'm not being pessimistic or anything, I'm just setting my expectations nice and low. That way I can't be too disappointed, can I? But like I say, it was part of a package of cars, so if I can make profit in the other 4 or 5, I'm not too bothered about this one. As long as it doesn't cost me a fortune. You know, I could scrap it for 300 quid, 320 quid, something like that. They're quite heavy cars, so I can't go too far wrong, really. They're famous last words, aren't they? Anyway, we're not too far away now, so I shall see you there. Well, we're here. That actually looks all right. I don't know what they were talking about needing bodywork because, well, that might be a bit premature. The driver's side looks all right. The wheels are those diamond cut wheels which want refurbishing. It's an N-Tech, so it's got a pan roof and a 360 camera and all that sort of... Yes, the body damage was on the near side. We've got a stoved in rear door and stoved in rear wheel arch. But still, 500 quid's cheap, you know. It is cheap. It's very dirty. Why do Qashqais all look the same? They all look like that. Curved wheels, never seen a bucket or sponge. It's come from Cumbria, or West Cumbria. Right, as always, then let's find out a bit more about it. So we're going to do a vehicle history check using Car Vertical. Now it's really easy to use. All you do is go to carvertical.com and then type in the reg or the VIN. Now in this case we know the reg is Papa Yankee, Preston car originally, Echo Whiskey, Echo U. This will now tell us in a few minutes' time whether it's ever been stolen, written off, had a mileage rollback, or has outstanding finance on it. It'll show us the MOT history, the average market price, the ownership change, all that sort of stuff. So it's a really thorough check. And it isn't just a UK thing, you can see it here. It's checking databases in 35 different countries. So if this Qashqai's had a crash in Croatia or a smash in Serbia, this will tell us. It isn't expensive, it's just a really thorough check. It's cheaper still, by the way, if you use my promo code, HIGHPEAK. That'll get you 20% off each and every check that you do. So that's HIGHPEAK, all one word, for 20% off each and every check. Or alternatively, click the link below in the video description. Right, so as quick as that, the report's ready. So, view report. It's never been clocked. That's good, because it's done 160. There's no outstanding finance. There's no recorded damage. But as I can see with my bare eye, is that bonnet dented? Should it have a scoop in it like that? I thought it was like a scoop, but then I don't think they have it. Anyway, so there's no recorded damage and it's never been stolen. That's a result, isn't it? The last MOT was in February this year and it done 160. And it's done around 14,000 miles. Right, okay. That's all consistent then. There's obviously a typo there with that one. Someone's obviously typed in the wrong mileage. That happens, well, it's happened 3 times in this Qashqai's life. I feel bad for cars like this because they're just abused from the moment they leave the factory, aren't they? Right, so this is a Nissan Qashqai hatchback, 2010, 1.5 diesel, manual silver, 5-door, 4-cylinder, 6-speed manual. There are 2 recalls found. Okay, let's see if the MOT tells us anything else about it. So it failed its MOT in February this year on a reg plate, bulb, another lamp, service brake excessively binding, track rod end, ball joints. This will be lovely to drive, won't it? Oh, but having said that, then it passed. Who knows? Who knows? Should we go and have a look around it? On this miserable day? On this miserable, rainy, wet day? Why not? Okay then, let's try and dodge the rain. Well, this side looks all right, you know. It is quite tidy, albeit very dirty. Not a bad colour. You know what, from a car dealer's point of view, these are very good news. Not this particular one, but a few years ago when they weren't so old, a facelift model like this were very good. I think it's a facelift, isn't it? 2010 was the facelift, I think? Or was it 2011? Anyway, let's see if I was right then about my tyre prediction. Have we got 4 odd brands? We've got a DH7 SUV, all season, from a company called... Oh, it's a Delinte. They're not too bad, actually. That's on about... Oh, that's quite low, actually. 2.5 mil, maybe? 3 mil? Yeah, these diamond cut wheels always corrode. The lacquer peels, and then it gets rubbish and stuff under there, and then the whole thing lifts and pops. The wheel arch line in there is all smashed as well. There's mould and algae and whatever else. It's just filthy. You probably can't tell too much on the camera, but it's just never had a wash. Never ever. Look at this under the door handle. Up front we've got a, what have we got here? A Greenlander on about 3 mil of tread. Brake discs look a bit grim as well, don't they? More green stuff like the bottom of a fish tank. Oh no, it's not dented. There is a slight scoop in the bonnet. How sporty. It is crying out for a fresh set of plates, but I think that's the least of this car's worries. Have we got a matching Greenlander on the front? I hope not. I was hoping for 4 odd brands. I think we're in luck, guys. This one is a Zeal 56. Right, so we've got 3 odd tyres. Please have a 4th odd tyre, don't be a Delinte. Ah, oh, that's a pity, innit? It's a Delinte. So we've got matching Delintes on the back and then odd tyres on the front. And then someone's smashed into something there and damaged this door. Now, a lot of those black marks will T-cut out, to be fair, but the actual damage is done, but I could make that look a little bit prettier. Same with the mirror there. Moving around the back then, we've got matching J. Edgar plates, Edgar Davids. It's missing its Nissan badge, but that is still intact. The old boot trim, this is the bit that I was talking about. It's always taped on. A bit like when you see a Ford Focus, like a Mark III Focus, and it's got those weather strips hanging out the doors. That's a common issue. Now the common issue on the Qashqai is the boot trim. You keep an eye out, I guarantee you'll see several examples. My remote locking works, which is good, but we've only got the Juan key. And inside, we've got a very disgusting shiny seat with a hole there. Cigarette burn. Lovely stuff, and it does smell of cigarettes. What a nice smell that is. What have we got here then? Got some fridge raiders. Always had a healthy diet, didn't they? What else can I tell you about it? It's never had a set of mats in it from the day it left the factory. Pedals are a bit worn, consistent with 160k. Let's have a look in the back then. Well, the back's got mats. Doesn't smell of spilt milk or vomit, so that's good. The back's actually quite clean, like it hasn't been a used and abused kiddie bus, kiddie wagon. Actually looks all right, you know. Let's have a look in the boot then, shall we? My struts work, but we're missing a parcel shelf. We've got a lot of green stuff around the top there. That'll wash off. Some rust down the sides. Lovely. We've got a full-size spare there, I think, albeit a steel. And the jack, no water in there, so that's good. Yeah, it's not too bad actually. This could have been worse actually. So we're only missing 1 mat. We're 1 mat short of a full set. Decent sized glove box and a pen. Not all bad, is it? Some loose trim here. So, service book. What was the last point I made? That it was 40,000 miles overdue a service? I just know this because no one bothers looking after Qashqais. It's a pity. Okay then. This will have probably 4 or 5 stamps, last done at 80 or something, I guess. You can see a couple of stamps. Right, first one then done at 7, then another one done at 25. Westway Nissan. Then another one with a very faint stamp there at 60. Then another one there at 95. And then nothing. So far then I've been almost right about the tyres and almost right about the history. It's like I do this for a living, isn't it? Yep. No more stamps. Now these have a timing belt which needs to be replaced, so I'm guessing that hasn't been done. Because why bother? Why bother looking after your car when you could just abuse it, run it into the ground? Let's get in. Trying to avoid the rain. Yeah, it's quite a grubby car this, isn't it? We've got, I don't even know what's in there. Lovely stuff. We've got some hair here, that's gross, isn't it? We've got a suspiciously curly hair there. Don't like the look of that at all. The mileage is 162,500. We've got sat nav. I'll tell you what, we've got it all, haven't we? Is my engine light on? Well, it illuminates, which is good. Means no one's knocked it out. Maintenance tyre. Not really sure. Don't want that racket, do we? I hate that genre of music, to be fair. Well, we've got a reverse camera. No 360 camera, just a reverse camera. Oh, she's fired up, the old 1.5 diesel. I've got plenty of warning lights on, though. Oh no, they're going off. Oh, we've got a flashing airbag light. Flashing airbag light, the seatbelt light I can fix, the fuel light I can fix, the handbrake light I can fix. There you go, voila. I'm a magician, aren't I? But a flashing airbag. Oh yes, the sound quality. Smeary wipers. This is just a neglected car, isn't it? Very smeary. Oh, Wonder Grip van's there. What a surprise. What else can I show you then? Oh, that's a bit loose. Didn't mean to do that, to be fair. We've got a pan roof there with a blind. This was a very desirable car 14 years ago. There we go, well, that works. What about my fan? That all works. I bet the aircon doesn't work, does it? Not that I'm too bothered for 500 quid, but it's hard to say because it's, you know, it's blown out cold air, but then it's only 12 degrees outside. Right, we'll turn that off. That works. I mean, it's worth more in bits, isn't it, this car, really? It's got a clutch. Got auto lights. We've got lots of dead skin around the stalk there. That's gross, isn't it? Whiny steering. Should we get this Qashqai out on the road then and see how it performs? See if we've got a gearbox, see if it drives in a straight line? I think we should. I don't want to spend any more time out of it, really. That's a dilemma, actually, isn't it? Would I rather be outside the Qashqai, getting rained on, or inside the Qashqai, smelling of cigarettes and refrigerators? Tough. Tough call. We've got 1 functioning window. 2. 3. What do you reckon? 4. 4. Oh. Quite reluctant to go back up. The mirrors work? This is a cheap car, you know this. If this drives in a straight line, I don't know what I'm going to do with it because it's not the prettiest thing, is it? But if this drives in a straight line, I think there is some profit here. Run it down to the lads at the car wash. They'll love me for this, won't they? And then maybe run it to my mechanics and see what's wrong with it. So it hasn't had a service then in 67,500 miles. That's what you do, isn't it? Right, let's get this out on the road. Right, well, we're in the Qashqai, how exciting. You ready for this? Sitting up very high here. I wonder if my airbag light's flashing because the previous owners disabled the airbag, you know, for a kiddie seat or something perhaps. Plausible, isn't it? Oh. The wipers have broken. It's not good, is it? At least it's not raining. Could be worse. I had that once. I was driving something, I can't remember what it was now. I was driving it a long way back from Kent or something. And then all of a sudden, as soon as I got to Birmingham, the heavens opened and my wipers stopped, which is quite dangerous. I had to pull off at the next services and just wait, basically. I had no other option. Well, so far then, apart from my dodgy wipers, which is, I think they're okay if you leave them on full chat. Drives all right, this. Oh no. Right, these are gonna, I was just about to say those are gonna fail any minute. Sure enough. How weird's that? Right, well, I shouldn't be going too far in this, should I? With no wipers. It's dangerous. In fact, let's go straight to the car wash. This will be a very short road test, this. Very short. On account of me not being able to see. What great quality. Yeah. Slight change of plan then. We'll get the car washed first, get a mini valet done. Then, hopefully tomorrow, once it's dry, if it's dry, I'll take it to my mechanics and let them tell me what's wrong with it. We already know the wipers are in op, and we've got an airbag light on. But it drove okay. I mean, I only got as far as second gear, didn't I? I've only done 300 yards in it, but I've driven worse, to be fair. So let's see what this is like after a mini valet. I'll catch up with you later. Well, we're back in my very cheap Nissan Qashqai, and I've got something of an update for you. It's been to my mechanics, and it hasn't been condemned, but it does need at least £600 spending on it. So now I've got a bit of a dilemma, really. Do I spend the money and save it, or not? And this really is where you guys come in, because I need your advice and opinions and thoughts. So let me know in the comments below. Let me tell you what they found then. The airbag light's on. They can clear it, but it might come back on, which is a little bit worrying. Also, someone's drawn a picture of a sheep here, I don't know. Ah, it might be because of the reg. The reg is U, isn't it? Anyway, wipers are in op. It needs front discs and pads. They're worn and would be an MOT fail. The heat shield's insecure near the petrol tank or diesel tank, so that needs to be fixed. Near side bottom ball joint worn. These are all fails, by the way. I can't even get away with advisory items. These are all fails. Near side front suspension arm ball joint worn. Offside bottom ball joint worn. Right, so a load of worn ball joints there. We've got an offside track rod end worn. Near side front track rod end worn as well. Okay. Okay, we've got the near side rear tyre worn very close to legal limit. And the offside rear brake is binding. Hopefully free off, but they can't guarantee. So if everything goes well, which it might not with a 162,000 mile Qashqai, if everything were to go well, my total would be £586.42 plus 20% VAT. So it's not really financially viable. Plus, actually, they'd forgotten, but the wiper motor packed in, didn't it? After I dropped it at the car wash. So the next day I went down to the car wash and picked it up, and it was a dry day like today. I managed to get it here without needing my wipers, but that's going to be another, well, I've had a look on eBay and they're about 80 quid plus fitting. So we could easily add another £200 to this, I think. So what do I do? What would you do? I don't particularly like the Qashqai anyway, as you well know, and also, it isn't the greatest example, is it? It's done 162,000 miles, and the bodywork is a bit put... That's worrying, isn't it? Got two little handprints here. Strange. Trials hands, I would say. It has cleaned up okay, really, but I'd still have to get the wheels refurbished and some paint work. It's not worth doing, is it, really? It's not worth continuing with. But it's just a little bit too good to scrap. What are your thoughts? What I should do, really, which is what I might do, I might just leave it down here until I need some bits for a Qashqai and then scrap whatever's left. I think that's what I'll do. I buy and sell so many Qashqais. For example, if I need a new headlamp or rear lamp, it would save me some money, wouldn't it? think that's what I might do, you know. I bought one recently that needed a rear door because somebody had dented the door. Anyway, I managed to find one in the same colour, so I just swapped the doors. But that cost me 250 quid. I could just keep this as a bit of a donor vehicle, couldn't I? Somebody's already whipped the parcel shelf, so I can't have that. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Decisions, decisions. Hey guys. Saying that, I can't really use that lamp because it's got water in it. Right, well I think that's it then. That's all I can share with you on this occasion. Let me know what you do, or let me know if you know somebody that wants a cheap Qashqai. Let me know in the comments. Bit of a long shot, but you never know. Right, well thank you once again for watching. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done already. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. I'll leave the link below. And yeah, cheers guys. See you next time.